Welcome to another edition of the Union Football Coaches Show. I'm Rick Corey, along with the head coach of the Redskins, Kirk Frederick, and boy, barn burner is kind of one of the words that, and maybe it doesn't fit because of a defensive game, but it was a whale of a football game at Mustang.
It was an exciting game, and obviously you can point to some things when you go back and look at it, you wish we'd have done a little bit better here or there, but you know, when you look at the Mustang games we've had the last 3 years in a row with those guys, it's really kind of developing into a really good rivalry from the East-West. For whatever reason, scheduling-wise, has happened later in the year each time that we've played them. And Coach Domback and their staff do a great job of getting their kids prepared. And special teams plays, offensive plays, defensive plays. It was if you're a fan, it was a great game. As a coach, you're probably sweating it out just a little bit. But I was proud of our kids to have that kind of test, go down to the fourth quarter, have to kick a field goal to win a game. After the fact, you look back as a coach, you say, I love those types of adverse situations we were put in. I love how our kids responded as you're going into playoffs.
Yeah, you do look a little more gray. I was just going to say, yes. Just a slight bit. As far as teams from that side go, to me, I mean, Norman North's a very good football team, but that was a better combination of skilled position people and offensive linemen, defensive linemen than I'd seen in a while. I thought they did very well from that standpoint.
Yeah, it was a really good matchup situation. You know, you've got two good defenses, you got some good O linemen, D linemen, linebackers, two good schemes. It was maybe a precursor to the LSU Alabama the next night, whatever it was, but two quality teams matched up against each other. It was a lot of fun.
I've heard me say before, I love business-like teams. Tell me, in the huddles down the stretch, what was your team like?
For the most part, there was a little bit of frustration early on, which we saw in some, we played Norman North, we played Jinx, and some things weren't going just right. I saw our kids respond this time, in those situations. I saw, hey, here's the situation, this is what we need to go do. Offensively, obviously, tough running the football at times. We need to make a play in the passing game. We didn't pick up as many third downs as we needed to, but those fourth downs that we missed early on, hey, we were 100% on 3 of those fourth downs. So excited to see how the kids came through for us.
As a matter of fact, you just mentioned stats. Let's take a look at some of the stats from this game, and they are remarkably similar here. I do like the fact 11 first downs you hold Mustang to and 66 yards rushing. Not like you had a lot at 124, but keeping them from moving the chains really helped.
Yeah, we did. And you go back and you look at how many times we had some of those quick smoke screens out there. Whether you call those runs or passes, I don't know. But we were efficient enough running the football. Third downs is what really got us. I think, fortunately, defensively, I think they had 13 chances on third down, and they only converted 4 of those. So we kept it pretty balanced between the two teams. The one that got us the most was return yardage that you don't see in the stats. They had 150 yards in return yardage, which is it's not good. Obviously, the kick return we'll see on video in the show, but those hidden yards of penalties and the hidden yards of special teams is where you're going to win close games. And fortunately for us, we got a pretty good kicker, and Noah was able to make a couple of field goals and help us out.
I also thought, too, Spencer was important, Farquhar, in that first half. I mean, he kept you in better field position than maybe at that point you could have had.
Yeah, he really did. Coming off nursing an ankle injury, Spencer came in and punted the ball really well.
All right, so when we come back, first half highlights of a really good, hard-nosed, tough football game. It's Union taking on Mustang. That's next.
So I work in production, and I help cover a lot of college football games. There's a ton of running and lots of travel all over the place. You might think I'd go with a mega bank for the convenience, but actually I just switched to TTCU. I could have signed up online, but I decided just to walk in, and I'm so glad I did. Just for opening a checking account, they gave me $50 and $50 to a local school. And now when I travel, it's like a little piece of home is always with me. It really is unbeatable.
No matter how you play, or work, or live, life sometimes throws you a curve. At Eastern Oklahoma Orthopedic Center, we help you get back to playing, working, and living your life. EOC, Tulsa's finest and most experienced provider of sports medicine care for over 30 years. Visit us at eoc.com.
We're back again in the Union Football Coaches Show. Head coach Kirk Frederick, I'm Rick Corey. Let's get right to the first half highlights. Union at Mustang on a beautiful night for high school football. It was a great evening, and you had a good crowd.
Yeah, a good crowd. Really proud of our fans that traveled. Our student section did a great job, spirit squads. And Mustang's got a good setup there. We talked about, they've done a really good job with their facilities in the past few years. Scott McDaniel used to be a principal here at Union, or Sean McDaniel, excuse me, is the superintendent at Mustang.
Yeah, great facilities overall. So Union on offense first.
Yeah, great kick return out Trey to start out, and then we get the ball out here to Kyrie. Does a really nice job on the quick pass. Grady gets the ball out to him. Excellent job picking up some nice yardage. Again, just trying to keep them out of the box. We get the ball again right out quick. We got to catch the ball before you run with it. I bet CJ wish he had that one back. And then Shamari does a nice job, bounces it outside. They plug those inside gaps and getting the play down the field. And then they do a really nice job on the screen. Really nice nose guard that they had, sniffs out the screen. And they do a really good job defensively. You'll see a lot of swarming defense. Puts us in a third down situation. Try to hit a comeback route over here to the sideline for third down. We miss it. Come out for a 50, 51-yard field goal. And Noah's just off the mark there. And real proud of how he stepped up as a sophomore and kicked the football.
Yeah, you mentioned, too, you were without an offensive lineman, had some issues.
Yeah, we did. We had a couple of guys, had some guys step in that really helped us out. So defensively, we've got to get out there. We've got to do a nice job of trying to stop the run, put our offense in good position, see if we can get off the field. And you can see Lee Barnes comes in, makes a really nice play. Thought Lee, from the nose guard position, played really well throughout the night. Good coverage down the field. You see Landon Wood break up the pass there, puts them in a punting situation, gets us the ball right back. Going to continue to try to pound on them up front. Get the ball to AK, a little sweep action there, kind of a wildcat. You can see Ricky Stromberg kind of plants his guy on the sideline. Come right back with the similar type play to Shamari. And unfortunately, we're unable to pick up the first down.
You're going to see a lot of defense in this first half.
Defensive linemen doing a great job there. We got Bajek, Jordan Kelly, those guys. Unfortunately, we just miss on the hitch route, and they slip through and get the ball out to midfield, pick up the first down. But again, guys playing really well. Kyrie Richardson come in, make a nice play. Got great pressure from Raphael Williams off the edge. And you can see Raph coming quick, does a great job, gets pressure on the quarterback. Good job to the outside, got good coverage, JT McLeod. And again, puts them in a 3 and out. I think they only had 9 possessions, and we forced 4 3 and out. So our defensive staff, defensive players did a really good job. Just off the mark there, Grady to CJ going down the sideline. Come back, hit AK underneath. AK picks up some good yardage for us, and just not enough to get the first down. There's big Jordan. Jordan coming in there. Spicer, a lot of guys up front playing really well. You can see just misfit a little bit of a gap there, but Devin Bajek's there to bring it down along with Spicer. Got good pressure in. What a great play by JT, sophomore, there on the little flare to the outside, makes a lost yardage play, and they have to punt the football. Try to hit them with the quick reverse, and they did a great job of containing it. And so we've got it, puts us behind the chains just a little bit going into the next downs. Good play here, good blocking, good point of attack blocking inside there for Shamari. Not seeing the huge plays, but we're getting a few yards here or there. Sets up a situation where we need to be able to throw the football to get a first down. We throw a 3-yard hitch when we needed 4, and just some of those small mistakes.
That's my play of the night right there, where Trey lights him
up. Great
up.
play by Trey. You can see great camera action here by the camera crew. Trey breaks on the quick bubble and makes him pay for the shot there. Nice quarterback run game we had to defend most of the night. Our kids were prepared really well for it. Again, seeing the defensive line playing really well. You can see good coverage there, Jordan Starks and Trey Brown. And again, going for the block, and just kind of a mistake we don't want to make. Pat Fields is right there on the point. And unfortunately, we get a roughing the kicker, which takes away a great return by Landon Wood It's good to have Landon back too as well. And we're just, inches away, but that's one of those mistakes we can't make. Does a really good job. You see Corey Piercy come in, make a great play on the kick-out block, kind of forces the quarterback to stay in the pocket. Here we come back. It's good to have our linebacker back in there, Darius Thornton making nice plays, and again, Kyrie on pressure with a big sack there. Get the ball to Trey on a quick smoke, and he's off to the races. Real surprised he got caught, actually. They had a good angle on him. I thought there for a second. I saw where he didn't step out of bounds. He was going to make it, but does a great job getting our offensive ball on the other end of the field.
That's an explosion.
Run a sprint out pass, got great protection there. Lawrence Harris on the outside. Kyrie Richardson with the nice play, get the quarterback sweep. Trying to get the first down, and we just got to cut it up inside. We just get run out of bounds and aren't able to pick up the first. Defense again back on the field, doing a really good job. Got good pressure off the edge and everybody filling their gaps, and a great play by Jordan Starks to the outside. You can see our guys continuing to play as tough and as hard as they can, and give up a first down with the catch on the side there. But again, Spicer and all those guys making it really tough on them to run the football. Another outstanding play in coverage on the outside. You can see that they're trying to run that motion sweep, trying to get our eyes, out of focus. And you can just see the way our guys, that's a great play. Devin Bajek takes on the block and the running back all in the same play. Just an outstanding senior defensive end that's had a great season for us. Got good protection down the field. And then Kyrie comes in, makes a nice play. Grady puts a good ball on the post route. Kind of gives us that big shot here in the second quarter as it's coming down towards the end of the half. Come back, great protection. Grady's got lots of time. They cover it up well. He does a really smart thing by giving us another down, not trying to force something on the shot that we had. And again, really nice job there by Grady using his feet to try to help us out. Helmet comes off, so we put Peyton in. Got to have a play happen here. There's just a few seconds left in the half, and he sees AK in the end zone. Try to get it to him, and I think they had tackled him in the end zone, which what an amazing play. Just a few seconds left. Coach Roque does a nice job of seeing that they've checked their defense into more of a passing situation. And then, of course, great blocks there by Mario. See Cutshaw in there. And then I think kind of a trail of tears there as Shamari comes in and runs over about 3 guys to bring us into the end zone. We go into the half with a touchdown, which is some breathing room after a tough defensive battle going into after that first half.
Yeah, it was just pretty clear number 11 wanted in the end zone, didn't he?
Yeah, he was not going to be denied on that one.
All right, so it's 7-0 at the half. We'll talk adjustments, and we'll see the second half highlights of Union and Mustang when we come back on Union Football Coaches.
What's so different about Arvest? Let's ask real customers.
I have the free business checking account.
They seem interested in making sure that your business is successful.
I'm in here probably 3 to 4 days a week.
They've helped me with lines of credit when I needed extra money for capital.
We didn't have to even come to the bank. He came to the warehouse.
I've got tons of locations in the small towns where we end up building stuff at.
I didn't think it was, it could ever be done, but when I come down here, it was done.
Arvest Bank. Our customers say it best.
Hey man, you cut me off back there. What you gonna do about it? Oh man. Can you feel it? The taste of Coca-Cola. Well, the race all right, fine.
Are we good? We're good.
Welcome back. It's the Union Football Coaches Show. Time for second half highlights. Union taking on Mustang, a 7-0 game at the half. Adjustments at the half? What did you guys talk about?
Made a few adjustments. Obviously, we knew we were going to be in a physical battle, so we wanted to crank up the intensity a little bit with our kids. Need to establish a little more line of scrimmage, and our guys came out and did a really good job with it. Defense, we got to have a big stop. You see Lee Barnes, Kyrie Fisher coming in, making a nice play there. You see Jordan Kelly also in there doing a really good job. Really proud of our guys, some of the line movements we had. Missed a gap there, but again, we kind of get them back on the ground, kind of reset the down, and you can see our guys just doing an outstanding. Jordan Kelly, Trey Brown come in, got a corner and a defensive end making a play. That's pretty good leverage when that happens. Great throwing catch by Mustang. JT's right there, just got to make a play on the football. Puts them down inside the red zone, and so we've got to step up defensively, and we've got to make a play to force the situation. Love how our guys responded, doing a really good job. Kicked the ball out. We got great leverage on everyone there, and forced them to try to kick a field goal.
That's a bit of a gut check after the long throw.
Absolutely. Come back on the kick return. Great job again, Trey Brown. The first one he had, we have a goal, try to get outside the 40 on kick return. He got tackled on the 39. So I said, hey, why can we not just go one more yard? And he goes out and makes his money's worth right there, gets it all the way across the 50. Does a great job for us, sets up our offense in nice position going into their possession in the second half. Good job to Kyrie again. Good decision by Grady, getting the ball out to him. You're starting to see a couple of gaps in there. Really proud of Shamari and how he continued to battle throughout the night.
Your offensive line really did get some, the movement started to happen.
A little more movement inside as we started to go, and again, just off the mark on, there's that third down that just killed us. We come back out here, try to kick another field goal, and really excited about Noah able to make that one count.
Well, it makes a huge difference when you know that's in your bag.
Yeah, I think, you've got to have good protection. We had some breakdowns, made some adjustments during the game, and our guys really executed well. So the snap by Cade Brown and Jordan Starks being the holder really helped us out. Just a backbreaker here in our kickoff coverage, and just not anything you'd want to see, especially in Week 10. And got to credit Mustang. They took it to the house and really kind of shocked our system just a little bit as a team. How are you going to respond to that type of adversity? Offensively, get the ball back out. Does a really nice job. Get the ball to Trey. Picks up a first down. Run a little quarterback sweep on the edge. I really like the blocking there by Jared Nichols. Jared just did a great job, senior wide receiver. Allows Grady to get the edge on that. Come back, and they covered us up down the field. Going to try to run the power to the backside. Ricky is pulling around the edge, and does a nice job with it. You see Carter Hoopengardner again running the power the other direction, and just continuing to try to establish what we can in the running game to make it a little easier on the passing game. Another third down situation where we've got to get the ball back to the outside to AK. We try in a first down situation to get the ball on a nice play. Little trick play there, good call by Coach. Get the ball to AK on that sweep earlier in the game, and then we have a little pass off of it. Good throw, good catch to Kyrie. And the only thing that was bad about it is he got stopped on the one.
A nice adjustment, though.
Great job, good adjustment on the ball. And we come in, we put in a quarterback sneak situation, and Grady, along with all those offensive linemen, there they are right there. See a lot of those big guys up front getting in the game. Get Gallegos there. A lot of guys on that sneaks, a lot of pride to get to punch one in from the 1 yard line.
It's a big moment for the Hogs being on TV like that.
Absolutely, and they got some credit there. Defensively, now that we've got the touchdown, we need to continue to play well, and we do a nice job with it. Again, just need to make a play on the ball. They make a nice play getting it out to midfield, and a little bit of momentum. Mustang's one of those teams not going to go away. Misfit a few gaps, but then we come back in. Our guys playing really well up front and continuing to cover down the field, putting a lot of pressure on that quarterback. He's got to put it in there just right. Another really nice play inside by our defensive front. Bajek makes a nice play. Got great coverage down the field, and I don't know how he got his feet in and got that catch, but just an outstanding job by their receiver. There's Spicer with a nice play. Makes a nice stop on the quarterback. Again, in the red zone, we need to make something happen, and we just missed a tackle, a couple of tackles in there. You know, those coaches hate putting down those missed tackle points, and I know our kids do as well. If you look at this drive that punches it in, we had about 3 different ones at that time.
And still did a really good job down here of not just folding up.
Love how our guys stepped in here. They put their big package in. That's their big nose guard, playing running back there, and we have a big nose guard as well, Lee Barnes. Our guys just did a great job. They decided they didn't want the heavy package in there anymore after that. They come back in. We misfit on a read, and unfortunately, they come in, tie it up going into the 4th, and we've got a game on our hands. Come back, try to hit Kevion down the field, a little team middle, and it's not there. Grady does a nice job of not trying to force it. Gets us to a 2nd down. We run a boot play out to the outside. Really good play executed well to Grady Nichols. And you can see Shamari again doing a really nice job protecting the football. Great read, hitting a little hitch off the run. You can see Shamari again. I don't know how he gets through there, but picking up that extra yardage, wanting to get into that end zone. Offensively, again, to grind it out, we're continuing to play as tough as we can in that 4th quarter. We got a tie football game. We understand this game of possessions. It was just a fast football game. Seemed like the quarters went by so quick, and you knew that you had to make every opportunity count. Got a great block in there. Elwood does a nice job. Hooping Gardner as well. All those guys blocking really well. Cutshaw in there making a nice play, and we get Shamari down inside the 10-yard line.
Push now, 2-3 yards downfield?
Yeah, starting to see a little bit more into it. Try to get the ball back here. The ball was tipped. Actually, great concentration by CJ to catch the ball inside the 5, and we just want to continue to battle it in there. Obviously, you know you're inside here. You know it's been a tough defensive battle, and you really know that we've got to come away with points. Come out here and we're able to protect. And Noah's able to kick it through and give us the lead that we need as the game starts to wind down in the 4th quarter.
There's nothing better, in my opinion, for a kicker than being put in that spot and coming through.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's one of those things where had a lot of confidence in him, his teammates. Come back, we need to make a stop. I thought Trey came away with the interception there, was ruled down, and so defensively we've got to play tough here. You know, under 2 minutes in the game, and defense needs to step up, make some plays. You can just see our guys just kind of rallying there. You see a great play there by Jordan Starks. And then, of course, offensively, get in a situation where you need to milk the clock, and you love seeing guys being able to execute victory plays and kind of picture perfect for what you'd want, those type of things you'd want to happen going into the playoffs. I would take 3 more of them just like that if I could.
That's a lunch pail game, but it's really good for your team. That's something that on that ride back that you get a little pride in.
It is. It's one of those that, you know, you look back and you think, man, I'm frustrated about this, about that. We're playing against a really good playoff team. You know, Mustang's got a good football team, and we feel like we do as well. So it ought to be a lot of fun to see how these 8 teams that are in the bracket, how it all shakes out.
Speaking of the bracket, we have it right here. When we come back on the Union Football Coaches Show, along with Up Close and Personal, we'll give you a look at who's playing where. That's next.
Frontier Valley Conference. 10 schools. Broken Arrow, Bartlesville, Bixby, Bishop Kelly, Jinx, Muskogee, Owasso, Sand Springs, Sapulpa, Union. .22 sports, 509 state titles. Numbers don't lie. Frontier Valley Conference. Strength in numbers.
Back again on the Union Football Coaches Show. Rick Corey along with the head coach of the Redskins, Kirk Frederick. We had a terrific game against Mustang. Now let's get some terrific pictures up close and personal with Vic Kidwell.
Yeah, great shots here by Vic as we went into the game. And again, hats off to Mustang. Great atmosphere, great facility. Did a really nice job. You see really good play there. You get Cutshaw in there with a nice block on their nose guard. Here's Bajek. You see Darius Thornton, a couple of really good seniors that we enjoy playing in our defensive front. Here's a play right there. Kyrie gets his hands right underneath the ball as it's coming down that post route, does a really nice job. Great catch, good concentration. Good celebration there by Shamari. Explosive even in his celebrations as the touchdown right before half.
Can't tell if he's celebrating or hammer dancing.
Yeah. Braden Spicer, along with a couple other guys in there. I believe that's probably Darius on the quarterback as he's trying to get the ball out to the receiver. And then you see Landon Wood here with a great play coming in. Again, good to have Landon back. He's been out a couple weeks. I believe Jordan Starks as well. And we got Brock Henry, a tight end, sophomore tight end. Ricky Stromberg. That's probably that quarterback sneak is what I'm looking at, all those offensive linemen. You can see those guys, AK in there, all those guys celebrating after that big touchdown AK threw to Kyrie. And then, of course, CJ. We talked about great concentration. That was after that tip pass that we had there in the first half. So really, really nice job. There's the guy we talked about, Noah, coming in. Starks with the great hold, all the execution time. Everything's got to be great. Nice field goal there to give us that 20-17 victory.
All right, so now it's time for the playoffs, and that's something that you're used to doing. And of course, the mantra here is you want to be practicing on Thanksgiving, but it starts here. So let's take a look at the brackets now, so we know where everybody's headed. And boy, it's going to be a unique bracket.
It really is. You know, you've got one of those situations where you've got a lot of East Side schools on the same side, and us in Broken Arrow at our place at 7:05 this Friday. So excited about that. Jinx Southmore will be an interesting one as well. You know, this becomes that deal where, hey, the teams on our side we thought were tougher than the teams on your side. You know, you get to kind of that situation. So Southmore Jinx is another exciting one, and then Norman North, Westmore, Mustang, Santa Fe. There'll be a lot to talk about, especially when we start to get to Thursday, Friday, as guys start to think about. Santa Fe's played really well toward the end of the year. You know, and obviously we know a lot about Mustang, and a lot of interest in how that one's going to turn out. Norman North hasn't been stopped all year, so it's playoff time. How are people going to respond? And that'll make it very interesting, especially as we get into the end of the week, and then of course next week talk about those big semifinal matchups. I hope we're in one of those.
Absolutely. A win here and likely play Jinx again, and it would be an interesting setup again. So we'll see you here next week, and we'll be talking about it on Union Football Coaches Show.
So it's going to be first and goal for Union with 11 seconds to go at the 6-yard line. Davenport hands off to Shamari Brooks, runs over, one into the end zone. Shamari Brooks touchdown. He would not be denied. Shamari ran over Arian Kotvitz at the 5-yard line. I mean, just pounded it and ran right through him to the goal line. And with 7 seconds to go in this first half, Union leads 6-0. That is determination.